From introducing us to one of the most iconic characters ever, to giving us a brand new universe to obsess over, Avatar used to be everyone's favorite. But with the details I've managed to gather about the next film, it's pretty obvious that Avatar 3 will lose its entire fan base. They aren't even done with filming half of the movie, and they're already losing fans left and right. We just don't agree with James Cameron's decisions. I know we've never had a reason to doubt him before, but hold on to your hats, because he's been giving us a few lately. Like the fact that he's making the Na'vi the villains, again. Just like the first part, the second movie did great. Fans loved it for its excellent graphics and a good story. The movie has beautiful scenes that only Cameron could make. While the genius director has already filmed a few scenes for the sequels to Avatar, he's dropped a doozy. He's confirmed that the race of huge blue creatures will be the bad guys. But wait, didn't he already do that in the last film? Yep, he did. So, what does he have to say about it? Well, in an exclusive interview, the director talked about a surprising plot twist. He wants to show the Na'vi differently than what we're used to.
And that's the gig. We only build what supports the actors and what they're in physical contact with.
So far, fans have only been shown their good sides. But now, the Ash people will represent their dark side. So, the first films showed us the bad side of humans and the good side of the Na'vi. And now, it'll be the other way around. Doesn't sound terribly interesting, does it? That's what a lot of fans think too. Even so, the genius has big plans for the series. He wants to expand new universes and give the main characters a chance to grow. With fans disliking this storyline, he's tried to make up for it by telling them that the previous movies were just appetizers to an awesome main course. We have to trust him though, but it's getting harder and harder since he made another big reveal. They're firing Jake Sully. Yep, the narrator. Cameron promised us that once the dust settles on The Way of Water, he was going to take a moment to try to figure out what people liked best and then work on the next movies. Looks like he broke the promise. He didn't want any radical change in the story, but did want to fine-tune it a bit to emphasize what people are responding to. Let me explain. For example, since fans loved Lo'ak, Cameron wants to give the character a bigger role in the sequel. While it's interesting to try and guess what he's been up to, he's not Jake.
The persistent message and reaction on part of the audience to maybe fight for and protect that which we're losing.
So, coming back to the firing, fans are outraged. They're super attached to Jake Sully, especially since we got to see his family. We finally met the Sea People of Pandora and loved that their skin is the perfect shade of teal to match their sacred ocean. So, by taking the focus off of the main character, Cameron is hurting his fans. How can we go watch another movie about the Na'vi without our favorite hero? The truth is, most people won't. Especially since they found out the runtime. Avatar 3 might be 9 hours long. Fans all over the world loved the second part, even though it was 3 hours and 12 minutes long. Studios have always had rules about keeping movie lengths close to 2 hours so they could show more movies per day. But Avatar 2 showed that long runtimes don't matter if a movie is great. And there's a special emphasis on the if. Cameron's first cut is 9 hours long, and he's insisting on doing the VFX for it too. So he'll get all 9 hours properly VFX'd, then he'll cut it down. What a nightmare for the team, right? Even though it hasn't been confirmed, it's very likely that the director recorded a lot of footage. Well, if this is true, the movie's gonna need a lot more money. And that isn't sitting right with fans either. It's said that $460 million was spent on marketing Avatar 2. It's clear that it has paid back that money and made a good profit though. But putting the same amount of money back into the next movie might not have the same results. Cameron needs to find ways to save money because making $2 billion at the box office with Avatar 3 will be much harder. And with his new universes idea, he might need to up the ante. There might be desert, swamp, and Ash Na'vi. The list goes on and on. And with such a big undiscovered world out there, fans should be excited. But they're really not.
The ocean And so I'm
really?
combining things that I love, like making Avatar and going into the ocean. I love all that stuff.
This is despite the fact that the next movies have cool titles. They'll be called Avatar the Seedbearer, Avatar the Tolkien Rider, and Avatar the Search for Aiwa. Well, all I can say for sure is that the fire-wielding ash people will make an appearance. So, the movie will have more creative CGI and beautiful shots of the surface of Pandora. This should mean the third one must be almost done, right? Nope. They're not really as far along with the production as you might think. A new update from Zoe Saldana has confirmed this much. Cameron said that Avatar 3 is already in the works and that they're in extended post-production. But the main character told us something else. She confirmed that the movie is coming along pretty well, and how everyone is super excited, especially since Michelle Yeoh, who recently won an Oscar, has joined the series. But they're not done with filming yet. The Guardians of the Galaxy star has said that only 70% of the movie is done, and that the cast and crew will have to go back in the summer to finish it. But maybe it's not all bad, as latest reports show that the cast and crew of Avatar 3 will only have to do post-production and visual effects. They already have all the footage they need to edit and finish the film. Saldana and Cameron have both confirmed this in interviews with The Hollywood Reporter. But fans are super confused. Especially since Jon Landau, who's in charge of making Avatar 3, told fans that 95% of the movie had been shot. But some scenes still needed to be touched up. So, which is it? 95% done or 70% done? The team needs to be on one page, don't you think? With this confusing little detail, I'm sure you're wondering when the movie is actually coming out. And the release date has been confirmed. Cameron, Landau, and Saldana have all said different things about this. This makes it seem like post-production and filming for Avatar 3 have only just begun. Officially, the movie will come out in December 2024, but it might not be released as planned because it'll take a long time to finish editing and polish the visual effects. With Saldana's inside information about how the cast and crew will have to go back, fans are pretty confused and aren't sure who to believe. Even Disney hasn't said much about Avatar 3. But they have teased fans by saying that the bad guys will be epic, and that a new tribe called the Ash People or the Fire Na'vi will be introduced. So, Cameron has helped fans get excited about the upcoming sequel by teasing them with details about the movie, such as the new narrator and the many new places on Pandora. But some fans aren't excited since they don't like the changes. Well, there you have it. That's all I have on how Avatar 3 will lose all its fans.